everybody, Peter Brennan here with an update on the major currency pairs for the 15th of July. And I've just gone long sterling here, right here, to try and catch an entry signal. And I'm also long euro here. Now these are 5-minute charts, pretty short time frames. Those are the time frames I tend to trade, from 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 60 minutes, or 4-hour chart, 240 minutes, and I rarely go above the 4-hour chart. But for the purposes of these market updates, I'm mainly going to talk about the daily chart today, just to give you an idea where the primary trends are and what sort of targets and zones I'm looking at. So let's have a look at the Euro daily chart here. Now I've drawn in a couple of fairly thick lines just to show you the primary trend on the euro. We call this the tunnel, and you can see that during the Greek crisis the euro was really getting hammered, and you had the primary trend was clearly down in between those two lines, those two colourful lines there. Now we've broken out of that primary trend. There was a head and shoulders here on the daily chart, and the head and shoulders seems to have worked pretty well. So we've broken out of that. So for a daily chart type target, I don't use these targets for my shorter time frame trades, but for a daily chart type target, I'm looking at euro going to 1.3. And if it gets past that, which it might do, I'm looking for euro on the 4-hour chart to reach this zone, 1.33. Now that's an if. So I'm going to try and stay, when I'm trading the 4-hour chart on the euro, I'll be trying to stay in for as long as possible to see if it gets up there. Now I'll probably take profits if I get an exit signal before that. I'll obviously take whatever profits I have on the trade. Okay, let's have a look at sterling now. Again, similar story with the euro. In between these large lines, you can see the primary trend was clearly down, and now we've broken out of that. And this sort of zone here is where I'm looking for sterling to go, 1.553. Let's have a look at sterling on the 4-hour and see how she looks. GBPUSD. You can see she's clearly above that resistance line, so sterling's still got a bit to go, it looks like to me. Now bear in mind, when it gets to those zones, I'll be looking to see if the dollar advance resumes and they turn around. So I'll certainly be out taking profits on those trades before we get there. Let's have a look at Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar here doesn't seem to have a clear trend. It looks more like on the daily chart, it looks more like a range trading setup to me for the Aussie for the time being. That said, if it breaks up past one of these moving average line, that light blue moving average line there, then it's got a bit of room to run up to the next moving average line. So I'm calling that as a trend trade for now. And if it gets above here, I'm looking at it to move up to the pink line. Japanese yen, no trend, still very much in a range on the daily. So if I was going to trade that, I'd go to the shorter time frames and look for an entry, but I don't see a clear trend. It's rolling over. I may go back and visit this level here. Okay, so that's quite likely. What else have we got? Euro GBP. Yep, it's hit its head off a moving average line here, and it looks like it's rolling over in favor of sterling. Okay, I'll wrap it up here, but I just wanted to mention one other trade that I showed the other day on the video where I said it was a frustrating day. You can see the EURCAD that I talked about on that day. It's gone and filled its gap, and unfortunately I missed that move. It's a bit of a shame. That was a nice move to catch, but it didn't really get down. My entry point was around 1.29 on the daily chart, and this is a 60-minute chart, but unfortunately it didn't come down to my entry point. So and I wasn't watching it when it got up to here with where the train catcher signal was to get into the trade to close the gap, I wasn't watching it at this time. Let me see, that was about, oh, looks like that was about 11 at night or something. So I wasn't watching the market at that time to get that entry. So that's a shame. Sometimes that'll happen, that you have a good idea or a good setup on a trade, and for one reason or another you don't execute and you don't capture it, and that's what happened to me there with that one. Just chips didn't go my way. Okay, thanks everybody.